welcome to the channel. I'm Red Cloud, bringing you another Fantasy Life Online video, and I did a thing. The game has been out for close to 2 weeks now, if not a little bit over. I did sort of do a tier list-esque sort of video at the start when the game first came out, but it wasn't really a tier list. So I made a tier list for you. Went onto the Discord, chatted with as many people as possible, getting their opinions, and we've formed this community-based tier list. Now for starters, it's just going to include the 5-star units, because I think if I start bulking out with 4 stars, most of them are going to be in C and D, so we're just sticking to 5-star characters and going from there. And if you do enjoy the video, please do hit like, and if you aren't already, please do consider subscribing to the channel for me. So as you can see, D and C, nothing in them. That's just because I don't think any are worthy. I mean, one nearly went into C. There was talk of one going into C, but we're going to look at B and talk about why they're in there and not up or below. So here it is, the B units for the tier list. Terua, Grant, Bellhart, Klaus, Sophie, and Gisette. Now, this isn't to say that these are not usable characters. I mean, I want all of them, really. It's going to help for all the crafting classes. But from the discussions that I've been having with people, the game and the meta does really favour the more attacking units. It's a bit unfortunate, but it's just sort of the way the game goes. The big bosses in the game, so the Nap Dragon, the Prairie Dragon, the Big Bird, I forgot the Big Bird's name, but the Big Bird, and the other 2 bosses as well, you're going to be needing your big damaging units to really beat them comfortably. So unfortunately, these guys just don't quite cut the mustard. I did nearly consider putting Terua up into A, because I know fishing is actually quite a difficult life to master, but I just don't think she quite needed to go up to A. But this is B anyway, and obviously, if any of you disagree with this, let me know in the comments. Tell me your reasons why you think a unit should be higher or lower, and if your opinion can get enough support from other people as well, then obviously we're going to change it. This is a community-based tier list for sure, so I will happily change things if people give good enough reasons and can back these reasons up. Now, Gisette was the unit that was talked about that nearly went down to C, but I didn't want to put it down to C just yet. I think currently, just because there's no other cook unit yet, maybe when a second does come out, she might drop down if she's pretty pants compared to them. But currently, I think they all deserve to be in B for now. But let's go and look at the units above them. Let's go look at A. So for A, we have Jake, Hawk, and Lucio. All very decent units, but I feel just not quite good enough to go up to S. Now, Hawk was one of the most recommended units when we first started playing. I pulled Hawk and I've experienced him, and I find him very underpowered when it comes to his attack. Unless you're hitting his sick move in his combo, I find him really underwhelming. Jake is up in A. He didn't quite make it into S. I do know that the Jake that we've got in Global is the buffed version that JP gets later down the line, which is, I mean, that's quite cool that it started off that way, but I still don't think he quite deserves to go up a place. That's mostly because we now have Snow. You're going to see Snow in the S or the SS class, and I just feel that she is far superior as a water-based / freezing sort of type of person. I mean, I know that she's a mercenary and Jake is a paladin, but I'm still comparing them on the sort of damage they're going to be doing. And Lucio, who is actually a bit of a beast, but because of her build, and I'm not a massive fan of having to take down your health to get boosted stats. Now, I know that one of the passives or one of the moves that they do have is where they increase their own HP pool so that it appears they've got lower health. That's a really nice touch. That does help it. But I just think for the overall build and how the game plays, not quite enough to get into the S tier. And then we jump up to the good stuff. The first 4 units in the S tier are Sloan, Haku, Bray, and Kennedy. Now, people had so much good stuff to say about Sloan that he could not be dropped down to A. And yes, for anyone that didn't know, I mean, like me as well, when I first started playing, Sloan is a guy. I know, he's a very, very pretty guy, but he is a guy. I mean, it's the green eyes, isn't it? Definitely the green eyes and that wavy hair. But I was corrected quite early on in the game, it is a guy. And they are a very, very good support unit for the game. And they're no slouch when it comes to damage, currently anyway. I mean, once more units come out and the game progresses, Sloan's damage capabilities are going to drop off, which is going to be the same for Haku as well. But currently, what we've got in the current pool, they both deserve to be an S. I mean, Haku, we've all seen when you're playing in co-op mode and someone's got a really decent Haku, and they get off that massive swirling move. I can't remember what it's called now, but I haven't got Haku myself. But I've seen an absolute monster, and it just wipes out the field. Especially if they've got the 3 orbs over their head as well. Really good. But again, later on the line, they're going to be more of a support unit. But currently, very, very good. Bray and Kennedy make it into S-class because overall, looking at the future as well, you're going to need these two quite a lot for crafting armor of metal and wood, because that type of character is very restricted in the future and we're not going to see them very often. I think from looking at the future content, there's only 1 each of these, and because of that, I think they need to be in S-class. Now, the reason that they're not in the B or in the A like the other ones is because crafting the weapons and crafting the tools from the wood and the metal are very, very easy ways to earn experience points, easy ways to earn dosh. So both of these two are vital, I think, currently in the game. And it was discussed as well. I did have Kennedy and Bray both in A to begin with, but the amount of talk coming at me of bigging these guys up and saying just how good these are in the future and how they stay current when it comes to crafting stuff, they had to be an S, and they will probably stay there for a good while. And then we move on to the SS class, which these two were going to be fairly obvious. They were going to be the SS class. In my eyes anyway, I feel they were obvious, especially Glenn. Snow is a newer character, so maybe she might drop down once we see a bit more use out of her, especially as the game develops. When her own story event comes away, how good is she going to be then? But currently she's looking really beastly. The amount of freeze that she can do, incredible. Extra damage from the freeze. The gear that we can get from her story crusade really beefs that up, and the amount of attack damage she can deal is just incredible. Glenn, we've all seen what Glenn can do. The amount of light damage Glenn puts out, that end move in his combo, that 6th move where he just does this massive smash and it's just a big wave of damage. It is very strong. Charge moves are good as well. That's probably another thing why Snow is up there. The amount of charge moves that Snow can get out is incredible. She's got this reduced charge passive and it's just ridiculous. But I'm hoping that you all mostly agree with this, if not all agree with it. But as I've said, make your points below, or even better, get over to the Discord, get into the general chat, get into the Fantasy Life Online chat, at me. I will come in, we can discuss it there, we can get other people's opinions there as well, and you can argue your corner. But currently, this, I feel, is the most accurate tier list that you're currently going to find for Global. I am not looking too far into the future with regards to, say, 6 stars and things like that, because that could be 2 years down the line, and I don't want to wait that long. We're here now. We're playing the game right now. This is the current meta. This is how I feel the tier list goes. I mean, I've been playing quite heavy for 2 weeks, and this just feels right. So if you are re-rolling, and you're new to the game, you're still re-rolling, getting these SS and S tier units are definitely the way to go for sure. In the future, pulling the others, going to be great. Having them for things like the Holy Tower, or just using them for their actual purpose, it's going to be nice, but I don't think it's going to be as essential as the S and SS tier units. But there you have it, guys. This is the tier list. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please do hit like. And if you aren't already, then do subscribe to the channel as well. That's all from me. Thanks for watching. Bye.